As this lesson pulls into view, I am firmly in the grip of Lent and this theme of emerging. I'm driving back to Colorado from 2 weeks in Iowa with my dad. His life energy is fading. What is emerging for him is surrender, not something he's ever been good at or fond of. What's emerging for me is a deepened appreciation of who my dad is and who he has been to me and others in his long life. Dad has loved learning about the land, and he was quite pleased to talk to Pastor Stephanie when she called last week. And now driving myself back across the great expanses of Nebraska and northeast Colorado, I'm thinking about the land and all the good people and all the beautiful, mostly native spring life that is preparing to emerge once again from our swaths of untrammeled soil. All of this, Dad, Lent, spring, the land, has stirred me up, and I'm raw and awake and encountering some truths in a good way. The truth at the core of this lesson begins with the fact that I am a fan of Lent, and the truest part of Lent for me is that it is our typically very busy doing tradition's annual affirmation of contemplation. And by that I mean the actual year-round practice of meditative contemplation, the deliberate tending of the sacred soil of our souls, like Jesus taught and practiced, which most of his followers seem to have missed right up to, and now a good 2,000 years past, his death. The cultivation of the non-dual, non-linear, non-ego-ridden consciousness and experience of our very place in the Christ, in the holy unity of creation. Holy emptying, we might call it. Most especially in this pandemic Lenten season, I believe that the land herself invites and lures, I dare say begs, all of us to sit with her in prayerful meditation, simply being present in her presence, humbly, letting go of who we think we are and what we need to accomplish. To not simply pick up where we left off, business as usual. Yep. Most of us miss that invitation most of the time. I know I do. But here it is again, with even more urgency. The Lent Emptying Challenge. And it seems so very true in this moment that our whole species is being called to reset, to unthink and undo for a long moment before we rethink or redo, to sit at the feet of creation as we find it and place ourselves squarely in it, not above it, not outside of it, in order to really listen for how we can care for it. Now, this is certainly nothing much like church as we know it. There's really no churchiness required. It's more like taking off the sandals on holy ground and fully expecting to encounter the ever-present, eternally burning bush that is always ready to appear to those who long to behold it. And at that point, we will want to be prepared to receive humbling, awesome lessons in how we become even more the land's people, and whereby she is less and less just some people's land. Kind of a radical Lenten invitation, yes? Amen.